What do you do when your ex-husband's new partner shows up pregnant and flaunts it in your face on live television? Oh no, baby. Remy Ma did not attend the BET Awards to perform, and Claressa Shields' sis came to kill it. However, what no one anticipated, not even the fans or security, was that Remy Ma would snatch Claressa on stage as if it were a WWE Royal Rumble. And the microphone was still on. This wasn't just petty, messy, or even historic. For a second, Claressa was grinning for the cameras, her baby bump looking extra purposeful. Then, Remy was wearing heels, her lashes fluttering, dragging her as if she were trying to salvage her own career. Even worse, the entire event was captured on 4K Bet when they attempted to cut the feed. The audience screamed that Beyoncé had just announced a surprise divorce tour. However, the final straw may have been what Claressa whispered to Remy just before the slap. Hold on tight, because this rabbit hole goes much deeper than just some pregnancy glow and red carpet tension. It all began with a sparkle, not only from the BET Awards red carpet, where she was clad in designer heels and a false sense of humility, but also from her Claressa Shields. Fans screamed as cameras flashed, but when Claressa emerged from that black SUV in a custom Balenciaga maternity gown with a belly bump that nobody knew about until that very moment when the entire internet went crazy over who was pregnant. Papoose, Remy Ma's longtime husband. The man who once wore black love, like a brand deal, and who supported Remy through prison, probation, and public scandal, was now allegedly the father of Claressa's unborn child. But that wasn't the loudest part. Was Claressa's smug little smirk when she passed Remy on the red carpet? That sideways glance that shouted, "Checkmate, sis?" For those who have been living under a rock or drinking NyQuil for the entirety of 2025, the Remy Papoose Claressa triangle has been a continuous spectator sport. You may recall the leaked video from last year's Brooklyn Caca, where Remy caught Claressa sitting comfortably in Papa's lap while explaining the basics of jab spacing. That was strike one. Came the notorious podcast episode, in which Remy left midden when the host asked her about Papoose's newfound love of boxing. Strike two was strike three, and this Bet Awards moment was strike three, when it was announced that Claressa Shields would present the award for Best Female Hip-Hop Artist. The optimists thought it would be wise to seat Remy and Papoose just one row apart. They thought it would be bold, suicidal, and almost poetic. But when Claressa strutted on stage like she wasn't 6 months pregnant, glowing, confident, and exuded that kind of energy that says, "I already won, and y'all can't take it." Then, instead of reading the teleprompter, she deviated from the script and said, "Before we get into this award, just want to say that being a fighter isn't just about the ring. It's about choosing to fight for love, for life, and sometimes for family, especially when you're about to start one." The audience erupted in a fit of panic as the camera cut to Remy Ma, who appeared to have just swallowed a ghost pepper dipped in betrayal. Claressa then rubbed her belly dead center on stage without saying anything, and the live stream chat erupted. At that point, Remy Ma stormed that stage in a floor-length custom gown, dressed in high heels as if she was reclaiming her time with her man, and her storyline all in one move. But it didn't matter because at least 12 phones recorded what happened next. Remy grabbed the microphone and Claressa backed up a little while still grinning and saying, "You want to talk about fighting? Fighting. Asterisk, 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 Q." Instant chaos scrambled and Claressa took a step backward in stilettos. But before anyone could calm down, Remy grabbed her wig as if it were her money. Within minutes, social media was on fire. The wig snatch was legendary. The audio clip on TikTok, Twitter, and the dark web. And the top comment from a verified user, not "Here's what you didn't see in the mainstream footage, though." Claressa looked Remy in the eye and whispered, "He wanted a real legacy, that was it." According to a backstage source who claims to have been 3 feet from the microphone feed, those 5 words allegedly pushed Remy over the edge. Pause for a moment because this is where the drama on the red carpet turns into a full-fledged national spectacle. You see that the baby bump wasn't just a surprise, it was a weapon. A strategically placed diamond-studded grenade that was thrown directly at Remy's pride on one of the most televised stages in hip-hop. And Claressa didn't flinch. Claressa remained behind the mic, fixed her hair, adjusted her wig, smiled, and said without missing a beat, "Let's get back to the awards, shall we?" The crowd screamed, security jumped in, and even when Rhee's acrylic nail flew across the floor, like a stray bullet, it took 3 people, yes 3, to pull Ray off the stage. The chaos outside the venue spilled into the parking lot. And the room wasn't sure whether to clap or call 911. Rumors circulated that Papoose was already waiting by the side entrance. Some claim he left with Claressa, while others say he tried to speak to Remy but was pushed aside by her security detail. But one thing is for sure, nothing about Part 2 picks up exactly where we left off, with the backstage video and the text. Messages that Remy allegedly sent to Papoose's phone just minutes after the onstage altercation. Things are about to get ugly and very personal, and the BET Awards crowd was still buzzing with tweets flying at lightning speed when the backstage video dropped. This night was accidental. It wasn't just a red carpet rivalry. It was war public, messy and very real, or at least that's how it appeared. The video, which was taken vertically, shakily, and uncut, showed Remy pacing wildly backstage with her wig slightly tilted and security guards trying to hold her back while she screamed into a phone. Some claim it was her manager, while others insist it was Papoose himself. The phrase that reverberated loud and clear in the clip was, "You lied to me. You said she was a rumor." And within an hour, someone else posted what appeared to be a screenshot of allegedly exchanges between Remy, Ma, and Papoose. The messages were time-stamped only 30 minutes after the text leaks. Weren't the only receipts to hit the internet, though. A Detroit-based event planner shared what appeared to be a private booking request made weeks ago for a baby shower, scheduled under the name Shield's Papoose event to Tear Cake. Claresse's stage reveal. "Why didn't you tell me she was pregnant? You're really going to let her play me like this, backstage?" "That's what we're doing now." Papoose's alleged reply was that she wouldn't go public yet, and I didn't know she'd do it like that. The internet devoured the 30-person private boxing ring guest limit like free popcorn at a scandal screening. Then came the voice memo, which was 30 seconds of shaky audio purportedly taken from a FaceTime chat between Claressa and an unidentified friend. The friend asks, "So, is Pap excited?" Claressa's voice answers, "He's already chosen a middle name for the girl, and he said it must begin with AR out of respect." One side said that Claressa knew precisely what she was doing and used that stage moment as a weapon to drive Remy over the limit, and the fans lost it. The comment sections were nothing short of war. Since she publicly ignored Papoose and flirted with every battle rapper on her podcast, the other side claimed that Remy had it coming for months. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion, and every celebrity weighed in. Foxy Brown posted a mysterious Instagram story that simply stated, "You can't keep a king when you act like a court jester." She liked a tweet that said, "Claressa didn't start the fight, she finished the storyline." Snoop Dogg commented, "Damn, Remy took it too literally with that slap and Cardi B." Media outlets attempted to repair the damage in the interim, but it was too late. Leaked backstage footage was already making headlines around the world, and YouTubers were reacting live to the wig snatch in slow motion, like it was the Zapruder film. Remy went silent, and there were no tweets, reposts, or Instagram stories. Until the following morning, when a blurry paparazzi photo appeared of her leaving a hotel with her hair covered, her face visibly swollen and what looked like tears running down her cheeks. Her team denied that she needed medical attention, but fans noticed that her engagement ring was gone, and Claressa went all out. She reposted a fan-made video of the bet moment, and she added the caption, "You can't snatch a crown from a queen. Only * wigs never stop being crazy." In less than 2 hours, the post received over 1 million likes. Papoose, on the other hand, was utterly silent. But people noticed that he had deleted all references to Remy from his Instagram bio. The Black Love tagline was removed, and his pin post with Remy archived. Then a new post appeared, featuring a carousel of baby items, boxing gloves, a little onesie with Legacy Champ stitched in gold, and a black and white ultrasound photo blurred just enough to conceal names. The caption read, "Sometimes blessings come through chaos, no tags, no location, just that." The internet erupted once more, with shock, heartbreak, and rage. People began bringing up old interviews in which Remy once stated, "If I ever found out he had a child with someone else, I wouldn't even yell. I just walk away. That's the one thing I can't come back from." Remy felt betrayed for more than 10 years, and this wasn't just a celebrity breakup. It was the collapse of an institution, a reminder that no love, no matter how iconic, is immune to real-life mess. Here we are. Behind the scenes, rumors of legal discussions started to circulate. According to sources, Ree's team was considering whether to file accusations of emotional distress or defamation. Not necessarily against Claressa, but possibly against Bet, because while Clarissa's camp was consuming the publicity, PR representatives were allegedly pitching her for a new documentary called Legacy, which focused on balancing boxing, motherhood, and media chaos. Streaming platforms were already circling, and one insider claimed Netflix offered a mid-six-figure deal within 24 hours of the Bet broadcast. In response, Bet released a vague press statement. "The Bet Awards celebrate the best in Black culture, music and talent, and we do not condone violence of any kind." Translation: "We regret getting caught in 4K. Clarissa's team rallied behind her pain in emotional interviews, claiming she was blindsided and humiliated. Claressa argued she was just living her truth and had every right to announce her pregnancy. However she wanted, even if it meant dropping that bomb on stage. However, in the midst of all of this chaos, one small detail went viral. An astute TikTok user zoomed in on Claressa's dress from the Bet Awards. On the belly area, which was sewn in gold thread and barely visible under the lights, was an embroidered word Papa. At that point, everyone realized this wasn't impulsive. Rather, it was a well-timed takedown of Remy's pride live on the biggest night in Black music. That solution, however, came in the form of yet another leak. A direct message thread purportedly from Clarissa's backup. Phone screenshots shared by someone claiming to be her former stylist. In the thread, Claressa wrote weeks prior to the Bet, "Awards, I'm going to teach her in public because she disrespected me in private." This line alone changed public opinion once more, demonstrating that the incident wasn't just about betrayal, but also about revenge. With a cold, calculated performance featuring a baby bump as the last act. The morning after the Bet Awards incident, Remy Ma's legal team wasted no time, and by noon, a formal cease and desist was allegedly sent to Bet's headquarters in New York. Defamation through staging and intentional compromise of public image and reputation, according to one insider. Remy's camp demanded that the entire broadcast be taken down from streaming platforms, an apology statement be made, and a package of compensation for damages. Bet's response was silence, and in silence the chaos grew louder. Meanwhile, Remy had completely disappeared, with her stylists, assistants, and even close friends going dark on social media. Paparazzi attempted to catch a glimpse of her leaving her hotel, but she was flown back to New York that same evening. According to airport staff who saw her board a private flight with her manager and a black hoodie pulled over her head. Just hours after Remy's legal threats surfaced, Claressa shared a fresh prenatal photo of herself standing inside a boxing gym with her hands on her tummy, captioning it, "I was built for this." She wasn't hiding, though. She doubled down once more. Influencers who had based entire brands on Black love and Remy's tenacity started to change their positions after Ree's fans erupted. saying no hashtags, no tags, just confidence. People felt deceived not only by Papoose, but also by the way that the entire night had revealed Remy's silence as weakness rather than strategy. The queen was no longer playing chess after being checkmated. And then there were the email leaks, which were anonymous. According to reports, a BET employee posted screenshots of internal emails between producers and PR agents addressing issues with seating arrangements, potential conflicts, and Claressa's spontaneous speech. One line in particular went viral online, saying, "Let her say it, the ratings will be worth the fallout." That sentence changed everything. And now, BET was not the victim of onstage chaos. Instead, they were the puppet masters. Fans were furious. Viewers called for boycotts. And celebrities who had performed that evening began making subtly disparaging remarks. Lizzo tweeted, "Black women aren't props. We're not storylines. You exploit the Instagram story that Solange shared." Within 48 hours of the video going viral, a well-known black skincare brand allegedly withdrew from a long-term sponsorship, citing uncomfortable alignment with public exploitation of personal trauma. Meanwhile, Rhee's legal team went one step further and filed a preliminary complaint in a New York civil court alleging intentional infliction of emotional distress. While Erykah Badu commented under a viral clip, "You all let the devil in," and clapped when she danced. The fallout wasn't just emotional, it turned financial. News outlets weren't covering the winners of the BET Awards. Instead, they were covering the lawsuit, the scandal, the betrayal, and Papoose's continued silence. That silence was what really broke the fans' hearts, because regardless of whether they were on Team Remy or Team Claressa, Papoose hadn't said a word until he did. It wasn't a post, it wasn't a video. It's tied as a pinned comment under Claressa's most recent post that featured a picture of her. The comment said, "I got your corner forever," while holding baby shoes in front of a pair of boxing gloves. Fans went crazy because it wasn't just confirmation. It was an alliance and a declaration that Papoose had formally chosen his side. And it wasn't with the woman he had constructed a public brand of loyalty around for more than 15 years. That same night, Rhee's cousin went live on Instagram, and his words set everything on fire. "She isn't trying to play victim. But you have to understand that she was taken by surprise when her father told her that it was over with Claressa months ago. And that this baby was a rumor. Since let's not change history, Remy Ma wasn't always the angel in the story. She had publicly disparaged Papoose, joked about loyalty like it was a marketing ploy, and flirted with enough rappers on her platform to make fans wonder if she ever truly respected the man who held her down during her darkest years. Now, however, the roles had been reversed. And the person who had been seen as invincible was now the one being dragged not physically, but publicly, emotionally, and legally. As the dust settled, another twist surfaced. A source close to Claressa claims that the baby may not be Papoose's after all. An anonymous tipster sent emails to multiple blogs stating that Claressa had been spotted several times with her ex, a trainer from Detroit who had worked her corner before being discreetly replaced in January. A blurry photo that appeared online, raised eyebrows, and by midnight, Remy pounced. Her legal team amended the complaint, adding defamation of character, citing Claressa's deliberate deceit and manipulation of narrative for public gain. Naturally, Claressa fired back, and her representative informed reporters that the paternity, the public implosion, a marriage destroyed, a lawsuit that could shake the BET Awards forever, and Remy Ma's silence that is louder than any punch Claressa ever threw. The story isn't over. The baby hasn't even arrived yet. But one thing is clear. That stage moment wasn't just viral content. It was the start of a war. Therefore, the question isn't just about a leaked clip, a slap on stage, or even a pregnancy that may or may not be Papoose, as it's about legacy, betrayal. And what happens when the queen you supported is abruptly overthrown, not by a scandal, but by silence because amid all of the chaos of backstage rumors, Instagram captions, and courtroom drama, one fact stands. Out above the rest, Remy Ma lost her narrative when Claressa arrived with the cameras ready. Bet rolled out, the stage Papoose said nothing, and the internet The internet took sides before Remy could even fix her wig. But here's where you come in. Do you think Claressa went too far? Is that onstage pregnancy reveal a power move or a personal attack? Is Remy just acting like a victim now? Or did she truly get ambushed in front of the entire culture? The truth doesn't always go viral, but the drama always does. If you're still screaming from the best clip, make sure to like this video and subscribe for the next chapter, because with this triangle, a baby isn't even born yet, and we've already got an entire series. Also, keep in mind that in the world of celebrity betrayal, the wigs may be fake, but the tears, they're 100% real. This is a celebrity's life where we drown in tea spills.